Hello everyone, this is David from Automotive Press. I have been involved in the auto industry for over 30 years and have driven several thousand cars during that time. But not too many cars stand out as an amazing, impressive, and one-of-a-kind vehicle. This is one of them. G63, or sometimes we call it G-Wagon or G-Class SUV, is definitely one ultimate SUV. It can go anywhere, anytime, in any road condition, yet it will carry you in perfect comfort and also drive you forward with a crazy amount of power and torque. This is one unique vehicle that you cannot find anywhere else. So let me tell you 5 things I like about this G63, 5 things I think that can be improved to give you a 10-point car review. So let me start right off the bat with what I love about the G63. The first one is very obvious. It's power, 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 and torque, torque, torque. This twin-turbo V8 that has 4.0 liter displacement has immense amount of power and torque that pushes forward like no other SUVs out there. It has so much power and torque that I could never actually step on the gas all the way because it's just going to go crazy in terms of speed and acceleration. It is immense fun to drive. Despite the fact that it's a body-on-frame truck, it's still just so much fun to drive because the engine is just amazing. It's a handcrafted AMG engine that has, believe it or not, 577 horsepower and 627 foot-pounds of torque, which propels this car from 0 to 60 in about 4.5 seconds, which is unimaginable considering the size and the weight of this SUV. And if there's one engine that you want to keep for, rest of your life as one of the special cars, well, it will be the twin-turbo V8 that's in this G63. The second thing I like about this G63 is the fact that even though this is a high luxury, high profile SUV that is very expensive, it has amazing off-road capability. In fact, it's able to handle almost everything you can throw at it, and it can go to places that maybe only Jeep Wranglers and Land Rover Defender can go, yet it still gives you total comfort and total refinement. The third thing I love about this G63 is the classic heritage design. Inside and out, you cannot mistake this for anything else except for a G-Wagon or G-Class. And so wherever it goes, it gets amazing amount of attention. People stop, give me the thumbs up, and they ask me, is this the new G-Wagon? Mercedes and AMG did an impressive job of bringing back all of the heritage look, the retro look of the G-Class while still modernizing the overall design. It's no wonder people love this design because it's a timeless design, much like a Porsche 911 design. So 20 years from now, 30 years from now, it still looks really, really good. The fourth thing I really like about the G63 is a fine balance between performance and comfort. Many SUVs out there that are truly, truly good for off-roading struggle with having refinement, smoothness, and comfort and try to balance that with off-roadability. But this G63, even though it can go anywhere, anytime, has ultimate comfort. The fifth and the final things I love about the Mercedes G63, it's obvious, exclusivity. Yes, you can buy a Range Rover, yes, you can buy a Defender even with a V8 engine or even Jeep with a V8 engine, but this thing is as rare as it comes. Although I will argue that here in the west coast of Vancouver, BC, you see a fair amount of G-Class, but still at more than $200,000 fully equipped, it's not for everyone because most of us can never afford something like this, which makes it very exclusive and very rare indeed. So I just went through 5 things I love about the G63. Who wouldn't love this classic heritage style G-Wagon that goes everywhere? But there are also quirks and strange things about the G63 which I'm not too crazy about. So now let me talk about 5 things that needs to be improved on the G63 to truly make it a world-class benchmark. So what is my first gripe? Well, it all has to do with the door. Because believe it or not, despite the price tag, the G63 does not have keyless entry for the doors. It does have a keyless go inside the car so you can go in and start the car and drive away without putting key into the instrument panel or into ignition. But to go into and out of the truck, you have to use the key fob every single time and physically push the button. There's no way to open the door, to lock or unlock outside without actually using the key fob. And that's partly because they kept the same door handle from the previous G-Class, but that is kind of crazy, right? In today's modern world where we can get keyless entry on a subcompact entry-level car. My second complaint also has something to do with the doors. All of the doors, including the 4 doors here and one in the back, were designed to mimic the old traditional G-Class or G-Wagon. Solid, firm, and even loud to open and close. But at the same time, it's actually hard to close. So when you open and close, it does have a wonderful thunk to it. Wow, that's amazing feel, and it makes you feel like you are really driving a tank. But so many times this door was not closed properly when I parked this thing because I have to push it so hard to close it. Same thing for the rear doors. So it's one of those things that's the beauty of this G-Class, this kind of solid thunk. But at the same time, it gets frustrating after you drive this for a few days because you always close this thing and then you realize it wasn't strong enough. I think they could have made this door feel solid and give you that sound without making it so difficult to close, or give us a soft close where you automatically push it and close it in. Again, at this price tag, it's not excusable that the door is so hard to close properly. My third complaint and my third thing that I want Mercedes to improve is the interior's infotainment system. Now the interior is beautiful to look at, amazing work of art. The leather, the stitching, all that is beautiful and totally first class. But we are still stuck with the older version of the Mercedes-Benz infotainment system, in which I have to use the touch panel here or touchpad to operate everything. This thing here in front of me is not touch panel, and I cannot put my hands there and navigate things. No, I actually have to go back to this dial here and use the old Mercedes system to try to navigate through all of the menus and to select and to choose functions. That is outrageous, to be honest, in a car of this price. And even the cheapest Mercedes now have a really beautiful MBUX system where you can even say, hey Mercedes, and give instructions. This one just is outdated, especially considering the price tag of the G-Class. They could have upgraded this to give us the latest MBUX. I am sure that they will upgrade this thing in the next facelift, perhaps in a couple of years, but it should have had it right from the beginning. Now I realize most of these complaints are very minor and does not detract from the overall beauty and the performance of the G63, but I'm going to point them out anyways. The fourth negative point or fourth thing that Mercedes can improve is to do with entry and exit. These days, most luxury SUV have electric running boards here that will come down when you open the door and then it goes back in when you close the door. So it makes it really easy to go in and out of the vehicle. So in the case of the Mercedes G63 we have here, the running boards, not only is it fixed, but it's also kind of narrow and it's very slippery because it's mostly chrome finish here. There's a little bit of rubber strip on it, but I find it very slippery, and it's not a problem so much on the passenger side because you got a big grip here. But on the driver's side, we're kind of lacking the assist grip on the A-pillar. So it's a little hard to get in and out on the driver's side. What they could have done is give us electric and retractable running boards here, or at least make this thing a little bit wider and to give us a little bit more of a traction pad. That will make it much easier. Right now, a number of friends who went in and out of this car have slipped trying to go in and out, and it can be almost a safety hazard. The fifth and the last complaint about the G63 is the fact that this thing is just darn too expensive. Even if you can afford this price tag, it just seems like way too much money. Why couldn't they give us more of a stripped version, more basic version of the G-Class so that they can lower the price and give us a chance to own and enjoy this amazing SUV? It's a bit of a Mercedes marketing strategy, I think, in keeping this at the very high point and at the very expensive price point. But to be honest with you, if we can have something that is $50,000 less, more of a basic G-Class with a smaller engine, a 6-cylinder perhaps, would have been an amazing opportunity. At the end of the day, the G63 isn't for everyone, mainly because of the price point, but it's also not a perfect SUV. Despite all that, you're going to love driving or owning this G63 because it gives you the type of joy in driving that very few SUV can give you. It can go anywhere, it can do anything with total comfort, with total refinement, yet it has world-class power and torque. And it's really sad that these kind of V8 engines, especially the twin turbo V8 engines, are going away and are being phased out of the auto industry. As an automotive engineer through and through, I absolutely love the feel of the V8 engine, especially in this type of twin turbo destination. So I am really disappointed that's going away, but for now, if you can afford it, this is your ultimate SUV with an ultimate performance that can go anywhere and give you the type of ownership experience that nothing else can ever give you. So that's it for now, everyone. I hope you enjoyed my 10-point review about the Mercedes G63. I'm signing off for now. Thank you again.